is Fox 13 News.
We could have died in here. My children could have died because they're just 2 and 4.
Lead exposure can have devastating effects, particularly when it comes to young children. That's why the news was especially alarming at the start of this school year that 24 Memphis-Shelby County schools reported elevated levels of lead. The district responded quickly, working with the health department to keep kids away from those high testing areas. But that incident once again exposed the constant threat of water contamination that many local families face.
Now Fox 13 health reporter Mandy Rock investigates why our community is at such high risk of lead exposure and what you can do to better protect your children.
So unfortunately, lead exposure and lead poisoning is still all too common in Memphis and throughout the country.
Le Bonheur pediatrician Dr. Jason Yan says there is no safe level of lead exposure.
Lead is a neurotoxin, so it affects every organ system in the body, and it actually crosses what we call the blood-brain barrier. So it goes to the brain and can cause neurological damage and impact. Thinking about a child's cognitive development, their behavioral development, social emotional skills, language skills, all of those things can be impacted, and we can see, even at low lead levels, an impact on a child's IQ or their educational outcomes and development.
Children are at highest risk of lead-related health and behavioral health problems. That's why it's important parents get their children tested, especially those younger than 6.
Our most recent data in Shelby County shows that we identified almost 400 children exposed to lead in 2023. And the other big issue is that by and large, we are not testing enough children every year, so only a small percentage of children.
State data show Tennessee has about 500,000 kids under age 6. About 5 out of 6 do not get tested for lead poisoning. Shelby County is near or below the state average in lead testing percentage. The rest of West Tennessee is too.
So it's just really, really important during those developmental times that parents pay attention, especially if they know that they have a child that's being exposed by maybe being in an older home.
Kezia Smith-Alexander is a deputy director with the Shelby County Health Department. She oversees lead poisoning testing and prevention. Smith-Alexander says most children are exposed inside their homes.
A lot of times it's the environment. So you can have the paint exposure, most definitely. We see that a lot here in Shelby County.
Are there neighborhoods in Shelby County that are higher risk for this?
Yes, there are. Zip codes like 38103, 38104, 38107, 108, and also 114.
Neighborhoods like downtown, Midtown, Orange Mound, and North Memphis inside the 240 Loop contain most of Memphis's oldest homes. Smith-Alexander says homes built before 1978, when lead paint was banned, are at highest risk.
You can have the chip paint that children can have access to, or the paint can be disintegrating and it looks like dust on the floor, and the children are playing on the floor, crawling, walking, whatever, and just putting their hands in their mouth and not even realizing they are ingesting particles of lead.
The health department teaches children about dangerous dust using Dusty the dog.
We have them rub Dusty, and then we have them place the hand in the black light. And it shows how dust particles, lead particles, anything that cannot be seen with the eye can transfer to the hand.
Another exposure risk is lead pipes. Congress banned those in new homes in 1986, but they still exist in many older homes. MLGW stopped using lead for service lines in the 1950s, but many still exist. Workers are systematically going through the city, replacing lead pipes from the water main to the meter. They've already replaced more than 9,000 miles of pipes, and MLGW has a program to help some homeowners replace the lead pipes inside their home. The utility also treats drinking water with phosphate to prevent corrosion and lead leaching. For any parent concerned their child may have been exposed to lead, ask your pediatrician to test your child or reach out to the health department.
They bring the child in, we set up an appointment, and then it's just like a little finger prick test. We perform that, we send it off to the labs, and they'll know the results very shortly.
So if the child does test high, what happens after that?
So if the child does test high, that is a great thing that we have here in Shelby County with our lead team, is that they can come out, they can actually come to the home, perform a health assessment to see what's going on in the home.
The health department offers lead testing and, in some cases, cleanup for your home. MLGW also offers a water testing program for customers concerned about lead lines. We've put contact information for those 2 programs and ways to reduce your lead risk in this story at FOX13Memphis.com. Covering your health, Mandy Rock, FOX 13 News.